Hello. You're about to hear from a number of graduate student activists across the three campuses of Rutgers, the State University of New Jersey. We have been fighting for universal graduate funding extensions since the COVID pandemic began last year. And now, we'd like to take a step back to put the partial funding extension that we have won through graduate student leadership in our student and faculty union, Rutgers AAUP-AFT, into the context of the larger academic labor crisis. Grad school is, for those who complete the dissertation, the first phase of a long career of underpaid and unpredictable work. As the academic labor market for tenure track and full-time jobs continues to narrow, conditions, salary, and benefits during graduate school increasingly form a core part of the overall conditions, salary, and benefits of the academic careers we expect going forward. This isn't 5 or 6 years before our careers really begin. This is the first 5 or 6 years of our careers. As we fight to transform the academic labor market in our shared bargaining unit and through our national unions and partners, we must not lose sight of this basic fact, and we are proud to be building power in solidarity with faculty, because we can only win together.
In this context, COVID and our institutions and government's haphazard responses have created even more uncertainty. Research from our union, our graduate student government, and even our deans have shown that more than 2/3 of doctoral students at Rutgers have experienced significant research and writing delays due to COVID. This has put off completion by at least a year for nearly 2,000 doctoral students. Some have already reached the end of their packages, others are about to do so. Many have had to walk away from their dissertations. Without extensions, in the coming years, many more will follow in their footsteps, losing critical wages and basic health insurance in the process.
Most importantly, any graduate student who does not or cannot finish their dissertation because of these COVID delays will not simply be dropping out or dropping off. They will be laid off in all but name. These invisible layoffs started in 2020 and will persist for years to come as students currently in package cycle off funding and scramble for work. Until now, only after intense union pressure, all management has offered in response to this crisis is a chaotic campus-by-campus rollout of an insufficient support fund that does not address grads' needs. Management would like for us to feel they have given us charity, a kind of noblesse oblige. But as the continued work grads and union leaders have done to make clear, graduate extensions are not charity, they are protections for workers against layoffs.
With grad leadership, our union fought for universal extensions for grads affected by COVID. Starting this time last year, grad students have been making clear the stakes of extensions. And with the union's hard work bargaining for this MOA, we forced the administration to agree to expanding their insufficient support fund into actual extensions for at least a portion of our grad workforce. TAs and GAs in candidacy can apply for extended funding and benefits through next academic year. This is a significant improvement to the program that has opened the door to real extensions, but we have to begin the work now of busting this door wide open for all TAs and GAs. And to do that, we'll need to get organized and get strike ready. The program is not the universal extension of funding we need for all grads whose work has been affected by COVID-19. While the MOA's language does not officially prohibit out-of-package grads applications, management has made it clear that they will deprioritize grads who are not in their last year of funding. Additionally, management blocked eligibility to those who have not reached candidacy. For many, candidacy has been delayed by COVID.
This is a real loss. We have been unable to win protections for colleagues who face the immediate threat of finishing their packages without reaching this milestone. We can and must do everything in our power to fight for those not covered under this plan moving forward. This is a first step. Future actions will come from contract negotiations, and we hope from our own faculty administrators. We ask that graduate program directors push through to candidacy those who are currently ineligible and use their discretion to maximize extension funding as it comes in from central administration. In addition, we will fight for grad workers' protections in the next contract campaign to bring as many more grad workers as possible under more extensions in the coming academic years as the effects of COVID on our research continue to ripple. This is only a first step.
Management has framed COVID-induced delays as an individual problem with individualized solutions. We insist that this is a collective problem. A generation of PhD students is being hampered in our ability to complete our degrees and reach the next phase of our careers. This will have ripple effects for years. The most precarious students are the most likely to drop out, exacerbating class, race, gender inequalities in higher education. We entreat our faculty comrades to work with us to transform management's individualized program into the collective solution we need. We urge every doctoral student who needs an extension to apply, regardless of the guidelines, and we urge graduate program directors to support cohorts to apply both individually and collectively. Further, we call on graduate program directors to use their discretion and treat extension funding as additive, which is to say that the funding does not replace departmental commitments to students, but is added on top of their packages, whether it is down to 0 years or not. Together, we can transform this university. Together, we will organize. And together, we will build work actions and get strike ready to hold the administration accountable.
We hear a lot these days about how Rutgers is a beloved community. Management's offer to graduate students hardly shows love or community for that matter, but we as a union can turn this rhetoric into reality. We can and must come together as academic workers committed to the next generation of scholars and to remaking higher education into a humane, livable pursuit in public service.